In the world of content creation, there's always this balancing act, right? A constant tug of war between the chaos of production and the control you need to get things done. Well, today, we're diving into a huge shift in that battle, how we can go from messy, stressful workflows to one unified, smart system. It's called the Unified Production Platform, or UPP for short. So let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest. This is for all the producers, the coordinators, the creatives out there. Does your day-to-day feel less like a smooth operation and more like, well, organized chaos? You're drowning in spreadsheets, chasing down signatures, and just desperately trying to connect the dots between all your different teams. If you're nodding along, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is what that chaos actually looks like, isn't it? The old way. It's those never-ending email chains just to get a simple approval. It's a mountain of spreadsheets for literally everything. And that awful feeling of just guessing on compliance, hoping you got it right. All of this leads to nasty budget surprises and teams that are totally siloed, working with completely separate data. It's slow, it's inefficient, and let's be real, it's just exhausting. Okay, but what if you could have a single command center for your entire production? That's exactly where the solution comes in. We're talking about UPP, and probably the best way to think about it is as the ERP, that's Enterprise Resource Planning, for the entertainment industry. This isn't just a small tweak, it's a whole new way of managing productions. So what is UPP, really? Well, at its core, it's a comprehensive cloud-native and AI-powered solution, but the magic word here is integration. It pulls casting, payroll, union compliance, and all your analytics together under one digital roof. It's built from the ground up for the way we create content today. And when I say comprehensive, I really mean it. UPP is built with over 45 integrated modules. This isn't just some little tool that helps with one part of your job. Nope, this is a complete ecosystem designed to handle the entire production lifecycle, from that very first idea all the way to the final paycheck. All right, theory is great, but let's see how this thing actually works in the real world. We're going to follow a project on its perfect journey from start to finish. This way you can really see the end-to-end workflow in action and get how UPP transforms every single step. Okay, so it all kicks off with a super simple, centralized project setup. Easy. From there, your casting director can manage talent acquisition without a hitch. Now, this next part is a huge time saver. Talent gets all their onboarding paperwork digitally and can sign contracts right then and there with DocuSign. When production starts, everyone, talent and crew, submits their union-compliant timesheets straight from their phones. And finally, the finance team can process payroll and create client invoices automatically. See? It's just one single fluid motion. Let's just zoom in on one piece of that whole puzzle for a second: onboarding. The difference is night and day. The old way, you're talking stacks of paper, literally chasing people for signatures, and a huge risk of errors that could drag on for days, sometimes even weeks. But with UPP, it's all digital packets, instant DocuSign signatures, and automated compliance checks. The whole thing goes from taking weeks to just a few hours, or sometimes even minutes. It's a total game changer. This quote really nails it. UPP centralizes casting, onboarding, scheduling, payroll, and rights management within a single workspace. That's the core idea right there. It's about not having to jump between 5 different apps to get your job done. Everything you need is finally in one place. Now, let's get to the really powerful stuff. Because UPP does more than just organize your data, it gives you an intelligent co-pilot for your production. So let's meet UP Pilot. It's basically the brains behind the whole operation. And UPilot isn't just another cool feature. It fundamentally changes your workflow from being reactive to being proactive. It uses predictive analytics and smart automation to see what's coming, flag potential problems before they happen, and even suggest what you should do next. It puts you ahead of the curve instead of you always having to play catch up. So what does this AI Copilot actually do for you? Let's break it down. With predictive budgeting, you get an alert that your lighting department is about to go 15% over on overtime this week, so you can fix it now before it blows up your whole budget. Or how about the union compliance scan? It automatically checks every single timesheet for tricky violations like missed meal penalties, saving you from huge headaches and costs later on. It's like having a super smart assistant built into every step. Of course, all this amazing tech is pretty useless if you can't trust it. So let's talk about how UPP is built for the big leagues. We're talking about enterprise-grade security and compliance, the kind of stuff that the biggest productions rely on. What you're looking at here is, simply put, peace of mind. UPP offers guaranteed built-in compliance for all the major unions, SAG-AFTRA, IATSE, the DGA, you name it. The system automatically calculates all those complex union rates, the overtime, the penalties. This doesn't just save a ton of time, it pretty much eliminates the risk of making a really costly mistake. And the foundation it's built on? It's rock solid. UPP is SOC 2 Type II certified, which is a fancy way of saying it meets some of the toughest security standards in the world. It's built on the ultra-reliable Azure cloud, it plugs right into over 15 tools you're probably already using, and it has dynamic access controls to make sure only the right people see the right information. So, as we start to wrap this up, let's take a step back and look at the big picture. What we're talking about here isn't just a slightly better workflow. The level of integration, the intelligence, the built-in compliance, UPP is really setting a completely new standard for how productions are going to be run from now on. So what's the ultimate UPP advantage? Well, it really boils down to this. You get way less admin overhead, incredibly faster onboarding, ironclad compliance you can count on, real-time insights into how your project is doing, and for the first time ever, truly unified data across your entire production. And that brings us to one final thought. Just imagine for a second, when you get rid of all the friction, all the guesswork, and all that administrative chaos, what new creative doors open up? If your entire production could run on one single, intelligent platform, what could you create?